that applause going as we welcome Jason to the stage. Come on up, Jason.
It was date night, so my girlfriend and I decided to go to the Alamo Draft House for dinner and a movie, and they were showing A Working Man, or Jason Statham, number 52. This time he is a construction worker. And this guy and his girlfriend sit about a seat away from us, and sometimes you can just tell something is off. He was giving off bad vibes from the very beginning. He is complaining about the number of chicken tenders in his order. He's inebriated and continuing to drink. We could just tell this was gonna be a rough night. And spoiler, the movie was not great. So, despite the fact that I don't usually do this, I actually went out midway through to go to the bathroom, and when I came back, things had changed. I found my girlfriend in the aisle in a very distressed state saying, we have to go now, we have to leave right now. And I'm like, are you okay? What happened? Is everything all right? And it turned out while I was out of the theater, this guy had lost his shit. He started screaming at one of the servers, following him around the theater, and on his way back to sit down, he grabbed a glass of water from my seat, chucked it across the theater, getting the entire front row soaked and hitting someone. So, people are starting to get upset. My girlfriend's like, we gotta leave right now. And we head out, but in the lobby I go, no. This man has violated the sanctity of the movie-going experience, and this will not stand. There must be consequences, and I get a manager to get him ejected. But when we re-enter the theater, we're on the verge of a riot because the entire front row is standing, looking back, screaming at him, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? That was uncalled for. And he is hunkered down, sitting in his seat, refusing to budge. I make my way up to him as he is incredulously saying, what do you all care? It wasn't beer, it was water. To which I respond, it was my water. And that doesn't matter. That's not something you're allowed to do. But before he can respond, another woman comes up to the side of him and she gets in his face and she is screaming, reading him the riot act. You gotta get out of here. What the hell is wrong with you? Get out of here. And he stands as though he's finally about to do the right thing and leave. And then I watch as his face go red with rage and he grabs a glass beer mug and smashes it into her skull, shattering the glass into a million pieces. I want to be clear. This was not a thin glass bottle. This was a thick beer stein, and he hurled it into her head with enough force to demolish it. I'm in the pro wrestling industry. We have a phrase called the Crimson Mask. She was wearing it. There is a gash across her forehead. She is spilling blood. Her hair is glittering with glass. She's crying. She is sobbing, she is screaming, she's going into shock. I take all this in a moment, and I tackle this guy and start trying to restrain him in his seat. And we're wrestling and we're jostling, and while I am by no means small, he is thick, and he's fighting back. And I start to lose my footing, and that's when I realize, what am I doing? This guy just assaulted a woman in front of me. He is clearly dangerous. He might have a gun. I'm in so much trouble. At which when his girlfriend grabs his hand and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna let go. Because de-escalation is the better part of valor in this particular situation. He runs into the lobby, grabs a stanchion, starts swinging it like Babe Ruth. He's going down the escalator, screaming bloody murder, and then runs out into the night to a getaway car. In the theater, she is not doing good. She's going in and out of consciousness. Thankfully, a couple is holding on to her and tending her wounds. My girlfriend has called 911, and God bless them, there is one couple with their eyes dead on the screen just trying to white-knuckle through this movie. Because that's right, A Working Man is still playing. No one turned it off. So as the EMTs arrive, Jason Statham, the man, is doing his thing. I stick around to give a witness statement so I can tell you that they did eventually arrest him because, of course, he gave his credit card to buy the chicken tenders. We're not dealing with a criminal mastermind, but I'm on the phone weeks later with a lawyer because I'm going to go be a witness at this trial, and I'm expressing everything that happened, and he's got this real nonchalant attitude about the fact that I witnessed an assault until the very end of the conversation when he goes, oh, by the way, what movie were you seeing? And I say, a working man. And he goes, with more empathy and sadness than any other time in our conversation, oh, that's a real shame, man. That's a great film.
I feel like Jason has a rich vein of stories because he was like 3/4 into it before he was like, and I'm in the pro wrestling industry.